But I'm working on the R's over here still. So that, I'm going to do the R, C, and then the F. Which the R's is what's pink right here. Good morning, everybody. This is definitely a pink color, that's for sure. Good morning, beautiful people. I am doing some diamond art. I'm working on the pink today. I think I officially found all the W's yesterday. I did find 2 more this morning, but I think I officially got them all. And I officially got all the A's and the D's. And so now I'm just doing the top corner up here. I hate this whole time change thing. I keep waking up at like 5:30 in the morning because I'm used to waking up at 7:30, and my mind is like, it's because we went back an hour, I'm still on the time frame that I was before. Why though, on what? What are you asking why for? And good morning or afternoon, wherever you are. I am making diamond art. This is diamond art. I'm taking these little diamonds and putting them on this painting in the back, which will eventually look like this when I'm done. Diamond art. This is what it looked like when I'm done. This is actually my first time doing diamond art. I started last night. yesterday at some point. I bought this for the first time. Did a little bit yesterday, did a little bit again this morning early, and then I'm doing another part to it, and I'm doing this. I am an artist, yes. I have been an artist. I went to art college, school. I'm also naturally an artist. I can freehand. Hello. Oops. So the diamond sticks to the tip of this is what it is, and then you just take it and you stick it on like that. That's how it works. Hello, Pandy? Panda? Pandy? I think is how you say that. No, but what I was saying was I was very up early because of the time change. And my brain's so used to waking up at 7:30, and the time we lost an hour. And so I woke up early and I've been doing this. Been doing this. Stickman drawings. I remember doing stickman drawings when I was a kid. I do think they're cool because you can make stickman drawings, one on each corner of a piece of paper, and then make the stickman move. That's really cool. They make games now with stickmen. So, I mean, stickmen are popular. May not be fancy, but it sure is popular. Look at Fancy Pants. His name is Fancy Pants, and he's a fancy stickman that they came out with a long time ago, and you can play a game with him, and he's a stickman. And if you don't know what Fancy Pants is, you can go download the app. They have a game on Play Store. You can go to look up Fancy Pants, and it will be the stickman with the mohawk. He's pretty cool. I grew up playing with Fancy Pants on the game on the PC as a stickman. But I used to draw stick figures, yeah. Not anymore, though. I do more realistic art and things like this, diamond art, and, you know. That is what I do. I'm also a content creator. I make a lot of gaming content on my YouTube. You're right. You know, there's a lot of kids nowadays who are not exposed to the good stuff from a long time ago. I do think some of the kids nowadays should be exposed to the cartoons that I grew up watching. I'm literally almost 33 years old. Back in the millennial age, the cartoons we had were so much better, not inappropriate, not gonna say or cause any kids to want to go harm anybody like they do nowadays. The games were cool. I do think kids should be exposed to the stuff that, like what I grew up watching. I do. And I think it would make a big difference on kids, especially if their parents let them go out until the sun goes down to play outside instead of them being in on their phones all the time. But that's just me. I'm a millennial. Everyone's free to their opinion. I grew up riding my bicycles to my neighbors. Smoking more. I grew up riding my bike to my neighbors, no phones. We didn't call. We just went next door and knocked on the door. We got to stay out and roam the town and the countryside and play until the lights came on and never played Granny. I grew up with also the Sega Genesis, playing Earthworm Jim 2, which was a really popular game back then. I remember, if you got hurt, well, you just dealt with it. Parents didn't check on you. All you had to do was just be home by sundown and be ready to clean up and eat dinner. Grandmas back in the millennial age were the best, always teaching you to cook and giving you candy and cookies when mother didn't want you to. I remember always sitting down every morning at like 6 a.m. to watch MTV, to watch the music videos on Vivo, which you call Vivo now, which would have been MTV. I remember all that. I grew up in that age. Being able to walk around, town without being afraid anymore. Nowadays, kids are afraid to walk. Parents are afraid to let their kids walk. My generation, I think, is I've talked to a lot of millennials, and they say that the generation that I'm from was the immortal generation and the forgotten generation as well, because back then is when things were cool and right and fun, and your parents could drop you off at the mall. Drinks were cheap, you didn't have to deal with somebody trying to kidnap you or anything like that. Or shootings. There wasn't shootings back then either. Is what Charlie Kirk? This is not Charlie Kirk. I don't know what it's trees. If that's what you're asking. It's a trees and a bridge and a moon and stuff. But yeah, I grew up in that age, and back then kids didn't have to worry about missing school. School was so fun you wanted to go. That's another thing too. Nowadays kids complain about school and they're like, I don't want to go to school. I don't want to do this. And so it's just a lot has changed. You're right. Things are not safe anymore, which I think is just wrong. I think people should be able to not have to lock their doors. I grew up in the age where we didn't lock our doors. Now you have to lock your doors or somebody's going to break in. Could leave your keys in your car without somebody stealing it. Now people want to steal it if you do. It's just the small stuff. Being dropped off at the mall, drinks being like $1.50, and then now everything's like $4 for a drink. I remember popcorn at the movie theater being like only $1 something. Now it's like fucking outrageous, like $10 for a bucket of popcorn. Tickets were like $2. Now they're like $7. Can't leave your bike sitting out by the creek unless somebody's going to steal it. Can't leave your skateboard with your name on it. Nobody will return it. They'll keep it. Interesting. It's just one of them things that I think I wish our world would go back to that kind of stuff. It was the best times, in my opinion. I will not doubt it. I'm already paying. Oh, I just threw my diamonds everywhere. I am not surprised if that's what it does, because I literally pay $9 for my coffee right now. And so I could see coffee being expensive in 2030. Hey, don't be surprised though. We are actually not that far away from 2030. If you actually think about it with how fast the time's been flying, this year's almost over. We're going into 2026. That's 27, 28, 29. That's only like 4 more years till like around 4 years till 2030. So it's one of those things. So basically, just in case you want to know, curse, I guess is how you say it. So when people join my lives, we just tend to chat while I do whatever I'm doing. Freedom of speech is allowed on my videos. We don't attack people and we don't get mad at people. We just talk. We chat, we debate, we have fun while doing it. So them talking about coffee, we're just talking about generations and how expensive things are and how cheap things are or were. Literally, I think the cheapest thing in this entire economy so far where I'm at that I have found was literally a piece of candy for 89 cents, and it was caramel candy that somebody made. That was the cheapest candy I had ever seen. And I was like, oh my gosh, 20 or 89 cents for that? It would be nice if all candy was 89 cents. Me and Matchbox, nothing else. Yeah. And the whole, by the way, just in case, I am going to start sharing my Discord server. I have a server that people can join with a QR code. And if y'all want to debate, hang out, play games with each other, meet new people, meet players, I do have a server strictly for that. I also run a Discord server that's for D&D. So if you play Dungeons and Dragons, you can also join that server. But I'm a content creator. I've been one for a while. I'm not a big content creator, but I am big enough to my liking. And I do all sorts of things from video games to diamond art to debates. I have a podcast that I started recently on my YouTube called the Freedom Podcast. Well, ANA's Freedom Podcast, actually. But this is just one of my off days where I don't plan to really do anything but sit here and do diamond art and talk to my followers and just, you ask me questions, I answer. I'm actually at 600 and I think it said 90 subs. I have followers. I have 600 and I get about 2,000 views a day. So literally every day there's about 2,000 people looking at my content and watching me do my lives. I'm just a small town content creator, but I get a lot of views. And my Facebook page has 1.5 thousand followers on my Facebook page for my content. But 1.5 thousand's a lot. 2,000 views a day is a lot too. That's what I get. I used to do coffee chats. I used to get up every morning and do coffee chats while doing things like this. But then I stopped doing the coffee chats and moved to just lives and doing stuff like this. Good morning, beautiful people, or afternoon, wherever you may be. I am doing the letter R right now, which is pink on my diamond art. Yes, every content creator has to start small. We always start small. But there's some content creators out there like me who's not really trying to get like a bunch of followers. I'm trying to just kind of stay small. I don't want to be, super famous or anything. I I just like showing people my content. I like showing people that I can do cool things. I like showing people that I can make, video game content. Oh, it struck me. And I like to just show people what I'm capable with my talents, from drawing to doing diamond art to making game content to, all sorts of things. No, it won't overwhelm me. It's just more of I'm not really one of those that's looking to be greedy and get numbers like that. I mean, it would be cool to have millions of followers. But that's not an expectation. My expectation for my content is I just want to give people something fun to watch, something fun to, be a part of. Join my communities that I run on Discord and Facebook and just feel welcomed and feel part of something that matters. I'm not really the whole number thing. I actually have about 1,000 viewers that don't follow me, but they come back and view my content every day. So it's definitely a lot of people pay attention to my content, and I'm happy with that. The numbers matter though, in a way, like to a point they matter, but then again, I can't force people to follow my content, but they sure do like to view my content. You should, like I said, the numbers are high on my views. I have people who view my stuff, reoccurring viewers who don't even follow me. Nice. I mean, 477 is a lot. It is a lot. Good morning, beautiful people. Hope everyone is doing well today on this beautiful Friday. Well, it's Friday where I'm at. I know some people are in different countries, so it could be a different day for you, but it's Friday for me. It's like 7:30 in the morning. I am in the state of Arkansas in the United States. I am having a calm morning with my coffee and doing this. I think the most views I've had on one video was around probably 800. And that was my political videos that I did. I actually had done some videos that were political, on debates with the government stuff going on, and it got a lot of views. I think it was around 800. I could be a little off. It was somewhere around there. And I'm doing the letter R right now, just in case y'all are not aware. This is the letter R, and it's the pink diamonds. I am going to have to get up and go eat soon. My stomach is starting to growl. But I will do that in a little bit. I'm too busy trying to do this. Too busy. This is what I want to do. I am so mesmerized by the diamond art. It is awesome. I think it's going to come out looking very pretty. But yeah, about 800 views. That's, I think, the most I've got. I do make a lot of content, so you can probably find a lot of stuff on my on my YouTube channel about my PlayStation, my life, my Cats. Oh, it just slid across the thing. There we go. Doing art like modern art. I sew a banana duct tape to a wall. Wait for one. Yeah, and that kind of stuff. I mean, I think art should be real art. I think the best art is freehand drawn. I do freehand drawing art. I don't sketch, I don't trace, I don't copy. I freehand. I have not really shared any much of my art videos. I only have one. Somebody had requested me to draw a few years back in like 21. And so it's on my YouTube channel to show my freehand art. Just that style, but I do other styles of art too. This is diamond art is just one of those where it's relaxing, calming, but I do freehand art. I also do I generate AI art as well. I type in my details into ChatGPT and it generates art for me, which I can then edit and change. And I started trying that out because they were like, hey, you're an artist, you naturally freehand and all this, why don't you try this ChatGPT? And I was like, I'm not really a whole thing on the AI thing, but I can try it. And I mean, I don't really agree with the whole ChatGPT to a point, because there are some things that it will not generate, and it like changes your stuff around when you don't want it to. So I don't fully agree with the whole AI art thing. I think freehand art is better. I don't think AI art should be, to a point, use certain things. But each to their own. Yeah, stickmans, doodles. I need to sit down one day and show y'all all my art that I have put up. But I just haven't done it. I need to get more wax. The tip of my thing is. There. Got the pink stuff. Got the pink wax. There's definitely a lot of R's right here, so I'm going to do those. And my wrist keeps sticking to the thing. It keeps sticking. There we go. Figured it out. But nope, I'm just doing this. I do think the original art, is better, in my opinion. I mean, our world's adapting, though. Everybody's making new things, new art styles, new, like this whole diamond art thing. It's a new thing. It's not really anything too old. It's only been around for a few years. Which, to make this, they have to print it off with an AI computer. So like this is an art photo that somebody did by hand, and then they printed it off with letters like this and then made the diamonds to go with it. That is how these are made. This is how these are made. And so, there's just art stuff is getting more advanced, just like everything else in our world is, I guess you can say. If I could own a town, you know what I would do? I would actually make it to where the laws and rules and everything there are the old laws and rules, like from the 90s, and give everybody that generation back. That would be so cool to do. To be living in a town that stays in the 90s. Yeah, this photo was AI generated. This whole thing right here, it's literally, so how they make these lettered art photos like this is it's painted by somebody and then they put it in a machine and it prints it off with the letters like this, which is AI generated. It's AI ran. Originally, this would have been made by a real person if it wasn't turned into this. Whoever made this art, there's no signature on it, so I don't know who made this photo, but it was made by somebody because I looked at how diamond art is made. And it's pretty interesting. Hello, beautiful people. It is when they stick the original photo into the machine and do this. It's taking away the original art. Am I against diamond art? No, I think it's fun, but I do think there's a way that they could keep the original art instead of I mean, they kind of are keeping the original art in a way if you think about it, because the photo is still here. You're putting the photo together with these little diamonds, so kind of the original art is there in a way, but it's not original like what it would have been when the person drew it or painted it. If that makes sense. I think it makes sense. It does in my head. But I am definitely trying to get all the letter R, which is pink. Trying to get all the pink diamonds. Let me move this over just a little bit because we got some more R's going that way. I'm actually, give me just a second. I'm going to swap sides here with the thing. There we go. And then I'm going to tilt the phone that way. Now I'm on the other side of the photo here. I do know the game, yes, and I know the World Series Cup. Yeah, I know that in the game. What about it? I think everybody knows FIF or FIVA, however you want to say it. Everyone says it differently, but I know the game, yes, and the series. But I hope everyone is doing well on Friday, this fine Friday. And is enjoying my diamond art. I know it doesn't look like much now, but wait till I'm finished with it. It will look very pretty. I gotta get some more diamonds. These are the diamonds that I'm using. They're pink. To be fair, I don't know anything about the old days, but watch. Rambo was one of the movies that I was that Rocky Balboa or whatever how you say his name, Sylvester Stallone. He was when that movie came out, it was a movie that people watched to motivate themselves to like get up and go work out, and like fighters would watch it. He was like the fighter motto. Everybody watched Sylvester Stallone and Rambo because of his fighting stance and fighting style. I think Ronaldo, I'm not sure. I watch rugby football with the girls. I don't watch really any other sports but rugby, so not sure about the cup. I know of it, but I don't watch it. I know that it's a very popular video game as well. The FIFA. And from what I hear from other people, it's going to be a good World Cup, but you know. Thank you for the likes and thank you for the comments. I got 2 likes. It's a lot of pink. I'm doing a lot of pink. It is shiny. It is very shiny. It's supposed to be sparkly and shiny after you're done with it. There's a lot of blue diamonds right here, and I'm doing the pink. It is definitely supposed to be shiny. That is true. There's some R's right here. Football or soccer? If I had to pick football. I like watching rugby, though, which is the female version of football with no padding. But if I had to pick football, if you're talking about teams, I would pick OU and OSU or the Cowboys. I'm going to rotate this around. Do I believe in free Palestine? I had somebody else ask me that question a while back. And if I'm correct, are you talking about Palestine as in the like country or town or something like that? I believe it is. Or is it a person? Somebody else asked me a question, but I never got time to research it to see kind of what they were talking about. I'm not always up to date on things, so you'll have to bear with me. You may have to tell me what that is just exactly, and then I'll tell you if I believe in it or not. Because I can't really say yes or no to something I'm not very fully knowledged on, like, or have knowledge on too much of. Oh, I didn't pick up a diamond. I gotta pick up a diamond. If I want to put a diamond down, you gotta pick it up. I'm assuming you might be typing in the comment to tell me. Explain, I'm assuming. I will wait for your comment. Good morning, beautiful people. Oh, I just tapped that diamond and it flung the other ones. We are doing pink, by the way, for anybody that's watching. We are using pink. I'm going to start kind of moving over here in this direction. I'm looking for all the R's. Trying to make sure I don't miss any. Do 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 do. There's an R. And they're up here in this top piece. I just gotta find them. Hello, beautiful people watching. I'm swapping hands. Give me a second. There we go. There's an R. And there's another R. There's another R. I'm looking for R's. Give me a second here. Making sure I didn't miss any. There's one. There's an R. And now there's R's at the very bottom down here, which I gotta move this around and I've got to adjust it. These R's are now down here. We got R's in this cone right here. That light is reflecting. I'm trying to make it not so reflectable. It's kind of hard. But there's R's all down here. This is what I'm doing. Come on, light. Don't be so reflective like that. There we go. Bye-bye. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to rotate. I'm looking for more R's. I'm not seeing any more R's. I am not seeing any more R's. Oh, I found a few, actually. Back over here in the middle. Just a couple. Just seen another one somewhere. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Oh, there's an R. I found one. Trying to look very closely to make sure I don't miss any R's. There's an R over here. I am looking for more R's. Oop. There's surprisingly an R down here, right there. Trying to see if there's any more R's. I'm surprisingly not seeing any more R's that I can think of. I can see. I'm not seeing any more R's, so now we're going to go up here and we're going to move to the C's because the C's are over here. Here's the R's. There's the C's, which is also another type of pink, but a lot lighter, it seems. Which is the letter C. So we're going to go over here. There's going to be C's up here, and this is the C's. Pink. Good morning, beautiful people who's watching. I am going to put it a little closer so you can see. All the C's up here. That's what we're going to be working on. Aries, what are you doing, Bubba? Aries. The top corner appears coming along pretty nice. Out of my kitchen. No, ma'am. No, Athena. No, ma'am. Out of the kitchen. Thank you for watching.